BK checking in once again. And
It's just me and my disciples. Talking to God while we smoke dope. We keep the lighter in our circle.
hey y'all, what's going on? I'm about to put on some music. I realized something was missing, and it was the music. So I'm gonna put on some music. Give me 1 second. I hope y'all doing good today. I am looking for some good music to put on. Okay, I found it. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if I feel the need to do any tagging or anything like that, because I just got some shit to say. And I want to talk about the way that we value each other as people, right? I want to talk about what we really need to do in order to support each other. Because, see, this is not a do you date men or women kind of thing. This is not a black romantic love kind of thing, but a black love thing that is supposed to exist culturally, right, throughout all of us. And I believe that we are coming off of generations where people have not said what's truly on their heart. I believe that we have a lot of trauma, a lot of hurt, a lot of unhealed scars, or wounds, that's better, wounds that are just scarred over but not properly treated. Like, generally when you're injured, you know, they treat it, they suture it up, and then they have you come back and remove the sutures if they didn't put in sutures that dissolve on their own. But the main point that I'm making is that they did something to treat the injury, right? Imagine how things would look if you didn't have the sutures and if you didn't have the proper care and the proper treatment for that particular injury. We both can agree that the wound wouldn't look the same. The finished product would look different. When a person properly cares for an injury or a wound, once they heal, there's barely anything there, or whatever is there is neat. They will have a maybe a scar where the injury first took place and then where the sutures were. But I was trying to look on one of my hands. I can't even remember which one it was. It might have been this one, but I reached into the dish drainer to pull something out of the dish drainer and wound up cutting my finger, or not my finger, but my thumb, on the edge of the slicer thingy. You know, the thing that go like this and it slice your hand. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Kia. And so I cut it. But when I got to the emergency room, you probably can't tell, but when I got to the emergency room, they treated the wound, they stitched the wound, and they let me go. And once this thing healed, you can't even tell that there was a scar there because it was treated properly, right? In the black community, between what we've been through in terms of generational curses and society, the media, this one telling us we can't do it, that one telling us we can't do it. Between all of those things, we have a lot of wounds and injuries. Men and women hurt each other because hurt folks, right? We have a lot of injuries that we have not gotten treated properly, that's not been sutured, and they've not been healing properly, right? So the wound is not closing like it should. And all of your shit from that injury is being seen, right? That's how we are as a culture right now, men and women. We don't know how to come together to relate to each other. But I'm here to tell you that we all we got, right? So it's gonna be on us to heal each other. Black people got to heal each other. We have to provide a safe space for each other. We have to understand that the wounds that men suffer in this society, women are not going to understand or know shit about. We're not going to get it, right? The wounds that women suffer in society, men, they not going to understand, they not going to get it, right? The first thing we have to stop doing is expecting them to get it or understand from our point of view. Both sides, right? The second thing we have to do is try to have some empathy for the person that we're dealing with. Let's take it on an individual by individual basis. Let's take it on a basis that has nothing to do with, oh, I'm interested in you, so we might be able to mess around. No, this is just black people to black people. How do we find a way to value each other again like it was? And I'm going to say the last time black people really valued each other, I wasn't even around yet. I'm going to say the 70s, based on what I saw of the 70s and what I saw of, you know, what we see in movies and how black people relate to each other. There seemed to be a common goal of like love, you know, unity, notwithstanding the other stuff that was happening at the time. But there was just another environment, right? Now, I understand that in the 80s, the crack epidemic happened and we lost a lot of our mothers and fathers to the streets, right? I get that too. So we have a whole generation. My generation is the generation that's realizing that, oh my God, we have to break generational curses and barriers and cycles, and that's great. However, we're so busy breaking generational curses and cycles that we forget to empathize with the person that look like us that's also trying to break generational curses and cycles. And we sometimes don't value the person that's closest to us, or value the person that looks the most like us. Sometimes we'll value another race before we value our own, right? And then I see all the time either women are putting up posts about how hard it is to be a black woman and not feel supported by the black man, or it's a black man putting up how it's tough dealing with black women and how black women don't understand the plight of black men, right? And we do a lot of complaining and comparing to other cultures when really we should be trying to heal our culture from the inside out. And how do we do that? We do that by truly loving one another and trying to be empathetic. But it's not that simple. And that's just a big ass word that everybody say that it just sounds good. Love each other, be empathetic. But no, it starts with, how do we value each other? How? And if we don't value each other, why not? Where do we start? See, this is not about placing blame. This is not about, well, black women would do this if black men did that. Or this is not about, well, black men would do this if black women did that. Like, we're not placing no kind of blame. What I would like to know is, how do we as a culture come together and value each other enough to not want to throw the shots at each other? Because see, we're not going to get nowhere as long as we pointing fingers at each other. As long as black women still feel like all their problems are because of black men, we going to have a problem. And as long as black men feel like all of their problems is because of black women, we're going to have a problem. You says Facebook is not actually ready for this conversation. It might not be, Trine, but it's been on my heart so tough the last few days. You know what I mean? And I think what started was, there was a guy who got arrested and he had murdered over like 60 black women or some shit. And he said he did it because he knew no one would care about them going missing and no one would value them enough to want to look. And this is not white people doing this. This is our own doing it to us, right? And this goes beyond a man did a woman wrong or a woman did a man wrong. No, this is deeply seated, right? And it goes back generations, right? So why is it that we feel like we don't value each other? What can we do as women to show black men that we value them more, right? And what can black men do as men to show us women that they value us more, without us feeling like we have to be the champions of struggle? Like, this is, we don't have to compare who has it worse. We all have it bad, right? As black people. So we don't have to take the time to compare who has it worse, right? Because that's not going to be, good for us. It's not fruitful, and it's not going to help us advance, right? But if we can figure out how to meet each other where we're at and value each other where we are, you know, I think we would do a lot better as people. I think we would be able to, like, if we don't lead in with our own preconceived notions if we don't lead in with our own preconceived expectations of what the last person did in our lives. And please understand, I'm not even talking about relationships. I'm talking about our daily interactions with other black people. When we come into contact with them, we generally treat them based off the last interaction that we had with another black person. Am I lying or no? If you disagree with me, please go ahead and type down at the bottom. But in my experience, if I had a bad experience with a black plumber, probably the next black plumber I might give a side eye to because of the experience I had with the other black plumber. And it's not on purpose. It might even be subconscious. But these are the preconceived notions that I'm talking about. When we are so in, like, the negativity is so ingrained into us that we don't even read things from an open space anymore. I have a feeling that the black men who encounter me know who I am, but other black men don't get to see, hear, feel my energy without clearing those preconceived notions before interacting with me. I can understand that, because Adia, you are totally different than how you present yourself on social media. Not in person. In person, you're, exactly, but on social media, you present a certain way, but in real life, you're not that way. You're different. And I love the duality. It's not fake or anything like that. I just think that the way you present on Facebook is about guarding yourself and keeping yourself always aware. That's just my assessment. But when you're not on Facebook, you're nothing like that. You're more free. You're more open. You're more, you understand what I'm saying? Anyways, I think that women, I'm really going to speak to black women because that's really all I know, right? Because I'm a black woman. I think that we as women would do ourselves a better service if we were more of a safe space for men to be able to talk to. Now, please understand, this is not going to be a jump on black women thing, because I'm a black woman, clearly, and we are the best. Hello. However, there are some areas where we have opportunities for improvement. And those areas that we have opportunity for improvement is the way we receive a thing from a man, the way we talk to him, the way we do we hold things against him that he tells us? Do we bring it back up when we're angry? Like, those are all things that determine if a man will ever be vulnerable with you. These are things, and this is not your man I'm talking about. This is just a man. Whether it's your brother, your cousin, your play brother, your ex, your current, it doesn't matter. Your dad. Every man wants to know that any woman that he chooses to have in his life in a vulnerable way is a safe space, right? And if a woman is to be a safe space, then she has to know a few things. She has to know not to throw it back up in his face in anger. She has to know that the last thing he needs is to deal with discouragement, right? And there are just ways to handle, a king or whatever, right? And it's not a quid pro quo. So it's not if you treat him like this, then he'll treat you like that. No, just because men are supposed to treat their women, like queens, right? Men have to be a safe space as well. Men have to be less judgmental and willing to, part with some of those old things that they learned when they were coming up, simply because they don't work for the day and time that we're living in right now. Now, women, we understand that men have the weight of the world on their shoulders. We do. We understand that. But sometimes we feel like the kings only talk about that when it's convenient for them. We want you to talk to us not only when you are in trouble, or not only when we caught you into some shit and now you got to explain why. Oh, now you want to bring this up? No, we want you to talk whenever. We want you to be able to tell us if something is not pleasing you sexually. However, we are working on being a safe space for that, right? And as well, we would like to be able to tell you guys things as well. So we want you all to be a safe space too. But I think the main purpose of what I'm talking about is that I want us to be able to value each other in a way that matters, in a way that doesn't care if you are my boyfriend, my girlfriend, if you are my mama, my daddy, my auntie, my cousin. Like, if our first go-to when dealing with our people was love, I think we would have a different outcome. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. And maybe Trina is right. And maybe Facebook is not ready for this conversation. However, it's been on me real tough. And I feel like if we all decide that it's something that we're going to do, we can do it. You know, let's do a Black love series that don't have nothing to do with romance. Let's just do a Black love series that has to do with Black people loving each other and loving those quirks about each other. Like, I had to come to a realization that I can't love Black people and then talk about women that wear bonnets and pajamas. How can you say that you're pro-Black, but I would be quick to be like, oh shit, a bonnet bitch. Oh shit. Are you kidding me? Wait, Miana, like, what kind of shit is that? You know, like, no, I love everybody. I do. Because loving also comes with empathy and understanding and loving themselves. Yes, Trine. Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know if y'all saw my flyer that I posted, but I'm going to start a series on Wednesday night on EQ. We're going to deal with EQ because it's important. People make a big deal and they try to brush it off like knowing your emotional quotient is nothing, but it's everything. It's everything about who you are. And knowing your emotional quotient allows you to understand why you do the things you do. So I'm going to start that on Wednesday, and it'll just be a check-in for all of us. Understand? Yeah, I would love our people to move into a space of understanding with one another. I would love for our people to move into a space where we're not judging each other based on our past. Because even understanding that a woman who wears a bonnet and pajamas outside of the house, I'm judging her if I don't understand why. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I don't really got time for that in my space. Because judge not lest you be judged. And I really don't got time to be judged on my shit. I'm really trying to get my shit together right now. So I really don't have no time for, judgment. So just to make sure I'm straight, I'll make sure that the people I see, I understand that they all add to this experience, this Black experience that we're having. And if we are willing to ignore the least of those among us, where is that going to get us? Ever. I feel like I am going to try not to post another blame it on this one, blame it on that one post, because it's really not getting us anywhere. And the divide is only getting deeper between Black men and Black women. And I just think that that's crazy. Like, when I talk to men, I generally call them king if they're Black. I do. Because sometimes a motherfucker don't know that they're a king. Sometimes they need to be reminded so that they can walk and step into their calling and their purpose. See, I believe every Black man is a king. He just needs to learn how to walk in it and accept it and love himself enough to know what kings don't do and what they do. And sometimes it might be on me to remind him this morning that he's a king. Do you understand? So that's who I am, right? And I feel like it's my business, it's my job to make every Black man feel good because he is good. Even if he a fuck nigga, it's good inside of him. And I want him to realize, at least when he around me, it don't even matter. I see the good inside of you. And because I'm not interested in your dick at all. And in this particular situation, like, I don't care who you throwing it to. I don't. So, how I just feel like it don't cost nothing to say the right thing or to say a good thing to a person. It don't cost nothing. And yes, there are going to be people who think you flirting with them. So, even if they leave the interaction feeling like you was flirting with them, they'll be able to go on with their day and tell their homeboy later at the bar that some bitch was flirting with him on Facebook or somebody flirted with him at the store. You ain't never got to see this man again. Who cares what he thinks about you? You made his day better. Same thing with women. You see them looking nice, it's okay to say you looking nice. Man, go, sis. Them shoes is on. Look at that outfit, sis. First of all, I see you doing what you're doing, sis. Do it. Like, it don't cost nothing to make somebody's day. It don't cost nothing to make somebody smile. Like, and I don't understand why we be so stingy with words. Words? You ain't got to buy them no flowers. You ain't got to take them on no date. You don't even know them. You just saying, hey, how you doing? Have an amazing day. Sometimes just smiling at somebody will brighten their day. These are the things that don't cost nothing that we can do to other black people to show them that we value them. So then my question becomes, what's stopping us from doing that? What's stopping us from doing it? What's stopping us from walking past somebody and saying hi first? What's stopping us from being in the mall, seeing somebody wearing something cute and saying something first? I don't understand what's stopping us from doing that. Right, Treen, a smile is contagious. You smile at me, I don't got no choice but to smile at you back. Hey! Yes, I don't have no choice but to smile at you back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's contagious, like you just said. Huh. So, call to action. I would like anybody that is still under the sound of my voice to commit to saying something good, doing something good for 5 people today. Something good that don't cost no money, you know. My coworker literally one day said, do you say hi to all black people? My response was yes, especially in corporate America. Period. We need it. We need it on a level that other races don't, you know? Anyway, so the call to action is to do something nice. No, not do. Say something nice for 5 people today. Say something nice to them. It doesn't matter what it is. And it could be 5 strangers. It could be 5 people you know. It could be 5 people at your job. It doesn't matter. 5 people. Say something nice to 5 people without looking for anything in return. You don't got to get no smile in return. Don't expect shit from them in return. Say hi knowing they're not going to say hi back. Say hi knowing they're going to ignore you. And the reason why I say that is because you never know what people are going through. So just because someone doesn't speak back, it doesn't mean that they don't care that you're doing it. Sometimes people are so bogged down in their minds that they can't even sometimes grasp. You understand what you're saying? So you understand what I'm saying? So say hi or compliment 5 people on something as simple as their shoes, their purse, or whatever, or just smile at 5 people and let me know how you feel at the end of the day. If you go in knowing that you're not expecting anything in return, you're just doing it based on the fact that you know you can make somebody, you have the possibility to make somebody's day better. So smile for that reason, not smile. I don't want to put people in a position where black women feeling like they got to smile. Let me just, but compliment, say something nice, whatever the fuck the case is, right? You can do it. Okay, Inez popped in. What's up, Inez? What's up, Monica? Hey, Tony, I see you. I saw you, Kelton, drop in. And Jock, how you doing, Jock? Jock is saying, nope, it doesn't work. Well, Jock has already decided that he doesn't want to try to do anything positive. So we're not talking to Jock, and that's what's up. But I do appreciate Jock tuning in to the live. I would like to talk to people who are tired of just giving up. I'm not giving up on us. I'm not giving up on black people. I'm not giving up on saying hi. I'm not giving up on complimenting people. It's okay. Because for everybody that don't give a fuck that you complimented, there's going to be 4 or 5 people that do give a fuck. And there are going to be people who you may not know even care that you complimented. They may not say nothing to you right then, but it might have made their day on the inside. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not giving up. That's all I really got to say about that. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can go ahead and drop them below. If you have any suggestions on how we can further this black cultural, I don't really know what to call it, but I would love for everybody to be committed, just to try to commit to say something nice or smile at, 5 people today. And then let me know how you feel about it. Let me know at the end of the day how that made you feel. Let me know if you felt like, a little bit different, or you felt the same, or you know what I'm saying? But just don't stop trying. Just don't stop. Don't give up. Don't give up on us, because we're worth it. We are. So, anywho, if you missed that flyer for the EQ live on Wednesday, please, I'll tag those that are on this live to it. If you don't mind sharing it, that'd be great. I'd love to have 15 people for that live on Wednesday. I think it's going to be really, really good. And yes, there are some people that are definitely not ready for this conversation, but there are people who are. And for those people, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Anywho, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. I swear I do. Bye. This is the ending of my video. Oh, thank y'all for watching.